Welcome back to the Yaffee program here on Newstalk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WBNN. Doing my part to make radio great again. And that's what the T-shirt says, and a bunch of people want them. We have one, by the way. So
actually, that shirt's running out. That's an old one. We're running out of those. I think that might be one of the last ones that we have.
So
if you want any more of them, I heard that they're under the bridges on Memorial Parkway.
No, that was your shirt.
It was my shirt, actually.
That was your shirt.
There was a guy under the bridge wearing a Dale Jackson shirt. That's
How
true.
that happened?
I have absolutely no idea. No idea.
How in the world that happened? All right, so we're talking to a bunch of the candidates. We're at a radio runoff event. The runoff election is tomorrow at Sunny Street Cafe here in Madison.
I mean, the runoff is not here. You said the runoff is tomorrow here. Do not come here for the runoff tomorrow.
Oh, no. I don't want to be arrested like you were.
Yeah, no kidding. Everyone knows that's on Wednesday. Come on. What are we doing?
So we're at Sunny Street Cafe talking to some of the candidates. And right now we're talking with Alabama Republican Party Chairman Scott Stadthagen. It's funny. I told you thanks for coming, and you said this is much better than what you had to do yesterday. So talk about what you had to do yesterday. It was pretty big in the news, even though it was the least surprising thing that I think that's happened in the news recently.
Yeah, absolutely. But first, thank you guys for allowing me to be here. This is a great idea. I think when people are in here eating, they're looking to see, I got Dale Jackson, I got Yaffee, what's going on in there, and then you got all these guys in suits coming in. So great idea for this. Especially for Republicans to get excited about what's coming up ahead for tomorrow's election.
Do you know how this came to be?
I do not. Tell me.
The Limestone County Democrat chairman, Chris Love, invited us to broadcast from his headquarters. And I said, okay, if we're going to do that, we're going to broadcast. We'll find a Republican group and do something with them. Within 24 hours of them announcing that they were going to let us come to the Limestone County chair, we got canceled. But and they canceled their own chair. They canceled us. They canceled themselves, really, because we still did radio show.
He threatened to resign over it.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But that's and so we reached out to the Madison County Republican Party, and they said, "Yeah, sure, come out." So that's how it all came to be. So again, I think we should do more of these across the state. So.
I agree 100%. So yesterday, big day for the state of Alabama. A little stressful. It's something that we took extremely serious.
Did you?
100%.
Okay,
100%.
I'm not saying anything about you. Like you guys didn't take it seriously. But I just thought to myself, was it serious ever?
It really was.
Okay, all right. Tell me.
I'll tell you this: I didn't talk to the media for the week before. I didn't want, and we went in to look at the facts, look at like a blank sheet of paper. I did not want to be influenced by who is Republican nominee or who lost, and I wanted to look at the facts and make sure we did what was right for the state of Alabama.
And just to remind people what we're talking about, this was the residency challenge.
Yeah, McPheeters contested the nomination certification of Coach being our nominee for governor. And it took place downtown Birmingham. You know what's crazy about this? Outside there was a gay pride parade, and Doug Jones was actually speaking at it while we were up there doing this. Is that not nuts?
That's crazy. Not surprising, though, honestly.
Not surprising, but I could hear the music thumping the whole time because I presided over the hearing. So I am not a judge, so I am literally trying to, do the best job I can. And the whole time I've got this music popping in the background, and I'm just thinking, I bet you Doug Jones is out there. And sure enough, he was. Sure enough. So I will say real quick, they had 45 minutes apiece to present their evidence. And McPheeters, they took the whole 45 with Coach on the stand. And they brought nothing to the table, absolutely nothing. Coach's attorney came, showed, solid evidence and proof that Coach has been a resident for 7 years. They didn't even take, I think, maybe 15, 20 minutes of their 45 minutes. He kind of looked at us and was like, I don't need to say any more, and so 100%
Sounds
Coach.
like just a PR stunt than an actual legitimate concern.
And at the end of the day, I was prepared to go either way. I actually was. I'm going to always stand on what's right and do what's right, especially for the state of Alabama, because if we don't, it'll backfire on us, If you don't do what's right, the walls of the Republican Party will come crumbling down, and that is not going to be on my watch.
So let's talk about on your watch. What are you going to do to get more people to show up? One of the things that's been kind of disappointed this year is the turnout for the primary was pretty low. They're worried about the runoff even being lower, but Democrats are showing up. A lot of the energy is because Trump's the president and everything else. What are we going to do to make sure they show up?
Yeah, so it's going to be different going to the general. The governor's race normally fires people up and it's competitive, right? Well, this one, it's not competitive. And I think that was one of the reasons in the primary. But, my message is if you want Bobby, who identifies as Susie, going into the bathroom with your daughter at Target, don't worry about going out and vote. If you're okay with that, don't worry about it. You just stay at home and don't get out and vote. But if that upsets you and you don't like that, get your tail out, rally up the troops, and let's go to the polls. Because that is what they stand for, and that's what they're about, and that's what we're facing in our society. And it's across the board with a lot of stuff. And, if you don't like it, do something about it, right? And that's going to be my message. I'm literally touring the state like a statewide candidate. I've heard Jim Ziegler's daggum speech so many times and Jared Hudson so many times I could recite it. I mean, it's serious. But I think that is the message for us to make complacency will lose every time.
So it's interesting, too, because, Doug Jones is out there. You mentioned him. Mm-hmm. He said Alabama has officially rejoined the Confederacy, which, you were at the special session. I don't believe that came up during the special session. There wasn't a secession bill that came up. But, no, seriously, one thing he said that I found interesting, he's like, we're going to bring Alabama back when it comes to education and all these issues. And I was like, Democrats were in control of state politics in Alabama for decades. And
136 years up until 2010.
Yeah, Alabama was at the bottom of a lot of those things. Republicans take control. We've seen some gains, especially in education. So I hear Doug Jones say, "Oh, we're gonna fix Alabama. Democrats are gonna take control." I'm like, you guys had your opportunity for years and did nothing. Why should we trust you now? What do you think?
Yeah, I have a couple comebacks to that. But one, where's Doug Jones been since he left office? Where has he been, right? What has he done for our state since he cares so much?
Yeah, I don't.
He's been tweeting.
He's been tweeting. He has done absolutely nothing, but yet he wants to jump back in the spotlight like he's a United States Senator from yesterday, but there's a time frame in between that he has done absolutely nothing. That's not the way you move the needle forward. If you truly have a passion for our state and you truly want to make a difference, you don't need a title in front of your name to do so, right? You bust your tail and do everything you can to make our state better. But also the special session, and they used that to get their votes out. Absolutely they did. The only thing racist about that whole situation was that 3-judge panel who based our district lines on race.
Right.
That's racism.
I know, and they called you guys racist, and they said their map was race
Isn't
neutral.
that crazy?
I mean, bizarro world.
When you get the judiciary system doing the legislative job, we went through the process. We had committees, House floor, committee, Senate floor. The governor signed it. It went through the legislative process, and it passed. And that was what the legislature presented, and they struck it down.
7-0?
So, yeah.
Are we going 7-0 next?
I'm going to do everything I can. I think Coach in office.
I was about to say Tuberville said he wants
I think things are going to be a little different. I'm so excited.
You're going to have a very strong chief executive in the state.
I cannot wait.
He's going to be out there pushing more than you've ever seen before. And some people will argue that's a good thing. Some will argue it's a bad thing.
It's like a Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, which do you want?
Some energy.
Which would you want that situation?
Well, you know my answer to that.
Well, on my show, not the voice of reason, but on my show, this always comes up because every single one of those articles that they've been writing recently about Tommy Tuberville, they reference that I asked him where his driver's license was. Did that come up in the hearing? Did my name come up? Did I come up?
Your name did not.
Oh, come on. This is outrageous.
Where are we going with this? Oh,
So,
back to his.
I will say this, Dale. If I wasn't
30
releasing
seconds.
the transcripts for transparency, I would say it did.
Okay, that's fine.
You'd bust me in a lie. I'm not going to do that.
I would have just accepted that.
I will say I saw a copy of his driver's license.
Okay.
I don't care about it. That issue's resolved, in my
Well,
opinion.
Scott Stadthagen, he is the chairman of the Alabama Republican Party, joining us, trying to get the vote out.
Let's get out and vote. Let's get out and vote.
All right, we'll be back in a moment on the Yaffee program, broadcasting live from Sunny Street Cafe, our radio runoff event. I'm here, and of course, Dale Jackson is here as well.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to Yaffee on WVNN.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Hey there, I'm Paula Pan. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible.
If you don't control your money, it controls you.
Yeah, you're not in control of your finances, and you have to look outside of yourself to live the life that you want. You're not in control of your life.
Like, what is it that you actually want? Money should follow the dreams and goals, because sometimes we make the dream and goal the money, and you've overworked yourself and you've exceeded what you've needed for the actual thing you want. Sometimes we forget, like, what's the actual thing you want?
Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Hey there, I'm Paula Pan. How do I save money? Most people give you the cliche answer, stop buying avocado toast. But they're missing the point. Saving tactics usually focus on discretionary spending. If you want to actually move the needle, you have to look at your fixed costs, your rent, your mortgage, your car payment. To change these, you might have to move or sell your car, and that's why people don't do it. If you want small wins, focus on the avocado toast. But if you want meaningful change, focus on the fixed costs. Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.